Sometimes as kids, we overhear things that adults say. Sometimes we understand the comments, while other times we don't. Either way, it can have an impact on us for years. This is one such story. I call it the Mah Jongg Ladies. Crack! Bam! The onomatopoeia of my Superman and Batman comics? No, just my mother and her friends playing mahjong every Thursday night in the middle of our living room, a few feet from my bedroom door. 1 dot, 2 bam, 3 crack. Each call followed by the click of tiles, punctuating whatever was being said. Did you hear what happened to Francis? 2 bam. This was my Thursday night serenade, the familiar cadence of their voices. My white noise before I knew the term. I heard it all in that in-between state, not quite asleep, not quite awake, fragments drifting together without meaning or understanding. Things like, the doctor called and bam, tiles clicking. When will they? Crack, tiles clicking. Working late? A member of the tribe? The best locks? Click, click, click. And on it went until sleep took over. In 1960, at 13, my religion declared me a man. My body agreed. My mind didn't. I still read comic books. I was all sports all the time. But I had begun to notice girls. So when the Mah Jongg Ladies talked about the young single mother in the building next door, I listened. She, let's call her Joan, was maybe just 10 years older than my friends and me. But to us, she was just another adult with a child. Married, divorced, never married. We didn't know. We didn't care. The Mah Jongg Ladies cared. They talked about her in ways that were left to my imagination. She was seeing men. How many men? Did they spend the night? She went out again? No concern, only judgment. She lived outside their norm, and that made her visible and under a microscope. They were never explicit, but they didn't need to be. I understood enough to see Joan 2 ways at once. Someone to judge in the street language I was learning, and someone to desire. She became a secret and quiet fantasy, as she likely was for others on the block. The Mah Jongg Ladies version was also the neighborhood version, which eventually seeped into my friends and me. I was embarrassed by it. For the next 2 years until we moved, I avoided her eyes whenever I could. But something else took hold. The whispers didn't add up. The innuendos fell away. She was simply a single working mother managing her life, no different from anyone else. Years later, as my mind caught up to the rest of me, I thought about her and about the Mah Jongg Ladies, especially my mother, who in every other way was as kind and non-judgmental as anyone I've known. I began to see that their judgment was rooted in fear, and perhaps envy. Fear that their husbands might fall under the spell of this woman. Fear that their daughters might someday find themselves in the same predicament. Fear that their sons might be saddled with a baby at a young age. And envy. That Joan was going on dates, perhaps to the movies, or dancing, or dinner, while they, the Mah Jongg Ladies, stayed in and played mahjong. Have a great day.